Alright, so this is my sober review of the new Star Wars movie. Last night, my friend and I, we were just started getting drunk and being, well, making fools of ourselves. Ultimately, that's what you do when you're drunk, right? Um, so this is my sort of sober review of it, just me talking about it. Now, personally, I think it was actually a pretty good movie. I mean, you know, it's it's uh it's not perfect. There's problems with it, but ultimately, I think it was actually I was entertained through it. It was fairly exciting. I mean, it's a popcorn flick, of course. You can't really think too much when you're watching these movies, but yeah, it was I liked it. The story wasn't all that original. It was basically a rehash of Episode 4, like completely rehash, like almost everything about it. I'm gonna give away some spoilers here, like like at first, it focuses around a droid with top secret information that has to get to the resistance, and then to do so, the droid comes across this little force sensitive that doesn't know her powers yet. And then there's this Death Star thing they have to blow up. And then Han Solo dies, which is like, reminds me of when Obi-Wan died. And I think Luke Skywalker has taken the place of Yoda in the storyline that the originals did. So there's not really any originality to it, but it's still a very entertaining, very entertaining uh, film. The only problem is after you watch the modern ones like the prequels, the movies aren't good. Those movies not really, but when you watch them, the lightsaber battles, you kind of expect that to be how the lightsaber battles are carried out. The twirling, the flipping, and everything about the lightsaber battles. You'd expect that to have been carried out by Disney, but instead it was just tapping swords again, like in the originals. There's no fun choreography in there. As well, I think the battle scenes should have lasted longer. They were too short. You have the whole sequence with Millennium Falcon outrunning the Star Destroyers and TIE Fighters in the asteroid belt in Episode 5, which is the greatest movie of all of them. But here, you only get maybe 2 minutes of action scenes each. It's fun, but it's not great. And, you compare, 5 and 4 are better movies than this, but Episode 7, I think, is better than 6 or the prequels. So, that's where I would list it. Even if it's not too original, that's where I'd put it on the list. And, but to be honest with you, the series called Star Wars: The Clone Wars, which had like 5, actually 6 seasons, but only showed 5 on TV. I think that actually does better than the this movie. Although, not at first, like the third season up, it and the villain in this movie, he was kind of Disneyfied. You know, he looked intimidating when he had his mask and stuff on, but he took it off way too early in the movie. And he just seemed like a Disney villain. He seemed like Jafar or something like that. And personally, I didn't. I mean, he was an alright villain. He was better than Darth Maul because you didn't even see him, and obviously way better than the prequels. But uh, it wasn't. It could have been better. It wasn't as intimidating if he was gonna take his mask off at all, it should have been when he confronted Han. That's just my opinion. Um, the acting and the dialogue were actually pretty decent, though. It was actually more alive, more relatable, and it's not just people sitting and talking like robots, like what was in the prequels, or some emo Anakin whining, or Jar Jar Binks being just this annoying thing. There's nothing like that in this movie. Um, and actually, like I do plan on seeing this in theaters again. I'm kind of, well, I wouldn't call myself a geek technically by all the terms. I'm more of a dork. But yeah, I'd certainly see the new Star Wars movie again in theaters, and I might do so. And yeah, I recommend this movie to all of you guys, Star Wars fans, and those who aren't big Star Wars fans, who just want a sort of nice, decent action movie that just, it's not so bad. It's actually pretty fun. You might like it. Well, there's my thoughts. Sober thoughts. Structured slightly. So, peace.